is there for the Florida Mayhem. On the other side of the coin, though, it is the Vancouver Titans. And taking a look at their starters for the DPS lineup, it will be Dalton and Suna, then Shredlock and KSA in the tank lines with Rolf and Karkar on support. So we'll see just how well these guys can do and what kind of numbers they can put up, if not get that match victory, because again, here in the May tournament, as many wins as you can possibly get, it's going to be very important for you to try and take home some of that cash money. So we'll see just what these guys can get done here on the day. Taking a look at our map set, however, it's going to be... Okay, I can hear you.
I think I'm back. I restarted everything. Not entirely sure what my issue was, but I apologize to the fans for that.
I can think of a few issues that you have, but it might not be.
Might not be related to this one, though.
Yeah. Well, I was just talking people through the starting lineups and then the map set.
So that's going to be their engagement tool. As long as he can stay hidden.
Yeah, well, Yaki with a double kill off the pulse bomb finds both supports. Rolf and Karkar both taken down by that one. Gangnam Jin getting in on the action will manage to finish off Shredlock, so Mayhem looking for a fairly fast flip into their favor. 34% on the board, flip starting to come through. Some minor contention there on the back end for the Vancouver Titans.
But cancel it with his own, but actually he was still in EMP cast, so he actually ended up doing himself a disservice. Doesn't matter though, because they eat the pulse bomb and still win the fight.
Yep, now Suna just going to be eliminated, doesn't get an opportunity to build up much on the way towards that next EMP. Just going to be sitting at 25%, so BQB lapping him despite losing out on that EMP in the last fight. Self-Destruct does manage to find Chris, and Gargoyle gets sent off the side of the map by Karkar, so really good capitalization there as he tried to get back through into that mech, and this is going to be the cleanup, so Titans do regain control.
Not a great one, though.
Only finds Shredlock. They can stop him from using the Primal Rage. Everybody focus fires in onto the Scientist, and they manage to take him down. Coalescence from Rolf not going to be enough to try and keep them alive. KSA manages to get back into the mech, but instantly gets hacked and melted straight back out of it. Suna holding on to the EMP, now going to be using it, catches two, including Gargoyle here. So does not have the ability to use that self-destruct, but EMP is just going to expire. Now the sound barrier comes through from Chris, and Karkar gets sent off the side of the map, it would seem. BQB killing him as he was going down. Now 99-99 as the flip is back into the favor of the Florida Mayhem. The kills continue to come through for the side of Florida. Suna now, Shredlock, both going to be gone. Dalton uses the recall to try and stay alive in the fight. Lead back over, EMP coming through, catches both of the supports, and Karkar is instantly taken down. Rolf, the only one left, shortly thereafter joins the rest of his team in the grave, and that will be the first round secured for Florida. They get well, but a very closely fought round. Well, now neutral fight coming through as the point gets ready to unlock in 8 seconds. Shredlock taking quite a bit of damage. Does get top back up, and this is giving a slight lead over to Rolf towards that Coalescence. Karkar going to be hacked and Suna taken out of the fight, so BQB has a big opportunity to surge forward towards that first EMP of the round. Coalescence is rolling from both of our Moiras. Shredlock going lower and lower. Will be able to get the Primal Rage online, pops that one instantly. Fate going to be matching as he gets his own. Winston's going wild, smacking around. So far, no one really fighting over towards the point. The cap not coming through. Still taking the neutral fight out here in the open, looking for some picks, and they finally will find them. Sound barrier from Karkar a little bit too late as both of the tanks for the Vancouver Titans will fall. Dalton may be able to drag things back into their favor a little bit with this pulse bomb if he can find a prime target, but with Rolf going down, looks like he will just...
So, I mean, it's a straight up standard EMP engage, nothing wrong with that, but if you're not looking for anything more complex, a sound barrier will just stop you in your tracks. And Florida Mayhem are now going to have their own EMP, another one here for BQB. Small things, you've got to make the small finesse plays when you're behind like this if you're the Titans.
Well, they're trying for it here as best as possible. EMP out from BQB, manages to catch for the pulse bomb. Yet again onto Rolf. Seemingly a magnet for these. Yaki just continuing to have his number with these Tracer ultimates. Dalton just going to be squashed into the wall. And
EMP. There's a chance that Suna can get a really nice one here. I think that's their best bet. KSA can also delay. They need to force that EMP fight. No, he's dead early.
Yeah, Suna already going to be gone. Pulse bomb out from Dalton, just kind of lobbing that one into the hallway, hoping for a pick, but it leads to nothing. 99% now going to be forced out. They have a self-destruct to clear the members of the Vancouver Titans off of the point. Karkar already going to be gone, 15% away from that neck. from that next sound barrier, and Wolf absorbs yet another pulse bomb from Yaki. Again, just constantly getting hit by these. Yaki is just out to shut him down. KSA going to be eliminated now. Dalton and Shredlock both taken out of the fight. No tanks, just the supports trying to delay, but they will not be able to buy enough time for the rest of the squad to get there. We'll see a celebrate rather than having the Mercy pocket come through.
Dalton just trying to look for an angle here. Remember, the shield break is super important, just like we saw yesterday in that Boston match you were talking about. Ooh. Dalton gets a nice shot here as BQB doesn't respect him and goes for the pop-up there. Cart's still rolling, but so much more freedom now for the Titans to move forward.
Yeah, Halt Accretion combo coming through doesn't lead to a kill, just a lot of damage thrown down. As KSA looks for the flank to make sure that the Widowmaker is not going to be able to get into a prime position. Projected barrier will be keeping him topped up now, just trying to get rid of that immortality field, which he can finally do. And oh man, BQB finding the headshot onto Dalton. His head was behind cover. And you can see KSA trying to get that shielding up, has a projected barrier to try and keep himself topped up, but just gets collapsed on from all sides. You can see just the bait coming through from BQB, drew his attention, everybody else pushed forward, and now that is going to be the cart rolling into point A. Gets put under a little bit of pressure, but he's got the backup of Gargoyle. Does get stunned out of that kinetic grasp, however, but BQB grappling forward to get the melee kill on KSA. Fantastic. You love to see it. He will get cut down by Rolf. He's now looking for a little bit more blood. He'll get pushed up into the air, slam back down. Lands on the ledge there. Actually, I didn't even know that he could land on that. Drops down, has a nice angle, gets a couple headshots in, but now that he's in so deep, has to use the Transcendence. Does manage to pull back out and help keep the rest of his team alive for the moment, but they're desperately trying to run away, but he's not able to do so.
You guys doing a great job.
Yeah, so far so good. Kind of been flying it a little bit under the radar as far as the Echo is concerned. BQB gets the shot onto Dalton through the Dragon. Very nice, follows up for a body shot, another headshot onto Suna. Now he's pushing up for the high ground. In the meantime, KSA does manage to find two, breaks down the front line. He'll get a third as Yaki gets eliminated. BQB continues to hunt, but will have to peel back, was discorded. Projected barrier, I don't think he's gonna be able to kill KSA this time around. Gets the Orb of Harmony, Prescient in, and there you go. We'll finally get...
So they're gonna actually try to re-aggress in to sightlines. This is a rough push for Florida.
It really is. And it's just been a really strong defensive setup here. Really utilizing the bunker that Shredlock can set up with that barrier, and then having a nice split off on the side from KSA, who's able to break away from the rest of the squad and keep himself safe. In the meantime, Dalton's just been pretty free with the sightlines, getting these picks, but Yaki now starting to pop, manages to find two. Gets rid of now a third, as Karkar will fall, and Gangnam Jin helps clean up the rest of them.
He's probably going to want to hold that till the last second. They could definitely get a supercharger fight out of this if they play passively. If KSA goes down, though, that's going to be a rough start.
Yeah, one fewer barriers now gone. Yaki continuing to just spam away, throwing out those sticky bombs, looking for another pick, but it's going to be BQB who finds the next one as Suna. Will get his head taken off. Dalton still operating with the Widowmaker, but needs to find some picks and needs to find them right now. Instead, it's looking like this is just going to be a clear out on the cart to get that final push through. 2.25 meters is all that they need. They get rid of KSA, and that will be it. But down to 1 minute and 11 seconds. Make a wish.
So that's how Dalton is generally playing this. I'm going to watch Yaki get this kill here. Quick little replay, but that's the style of Widow I think you've got to play, and BQB is... He's doing it sometimes, but sometimes he's just trying to show off.
Just gross. Headshot in with the sticky bombs. Just gets this choke right in between the two buildings, and that's when the May can really excel in cutting people off with the walls. So still working their way forward, trying to collapse on top of the members of the Vancouver Titans, as we'll see one sent over the side of the map. And this should just be cleanup. A couple picks coming through as Rolf finds Fate, and Suna finds BQB, but for the most part, Cart is going to be locked down.
Yeah, that's one of those moments where if you're the shot caller for the Titans, who I actually a huge moment for the Mayhem that they didn't lose him there, but look at this. Look at how he plays around the shields. I love to see that type of Widow play in this meta.
Yeah, I mean, he's just kind of waiting for the rest of his team to reroute the members of the Florida Mayhem and then get the shots off from there. So knows that they're going to be routed through the building and then instantly gets rid of Gargoyle as he exits. Suna now looking for a couple shots, does get the tag onto Chris, sets up for Wolf to find yet another kill, and this is looking like a successful push into A now for the Vancouver Titans. It took them a little bit of time, but they'll still get that 2.5 minute bump up right here and move up above 4 minutes.
Here with the Blizzard.
Yep, right here onto the high ground. The Bongo going to be the first thing to fall. KSA frozen for the moment, but is safe, but same cannot be said for Dalton. It's BQB. His arrow flies straight and true. Very close quarters, right up in front. Dragon Strike coming through from Suna. I thought maybe he was actually going to kill somebody with the arrow itself off the ultimate, but instead, Dragon will just go ahead and claim Gangnam Jin, who had no way of getting out of there fast enough, so it's taken down, and Gargoyle pushed into a corner, and this is what I'm talking about. This is the exact pace that Vancouver needed.
That was the biggest slow point Florida had.
Yeah, KSA just taking over that high ground. Coalescence coming through, but Gangnam Jin instantly stunned out of it by the accretion. Fantastically done by KSA, and you can see just they allowed him to get in that position. They did not respect his wraparound, and now Dalton is just sitting in a shooting gallery. Manages to take down 2. Gangnam Jin as well going to fall. The kills very much coming in favor of the Vancouver Titans as that cart starts to inch forward, but now KSA on the back end still gets another kill. Uses the kinetic grasp and helps take down Chris.
You've got to respect this new roster more than I think Florida made. Like, look at how much damage you take just trying to walk out.
Yeah, Supercharge doesn't last very long, and might just have to wait out the rest of this infra site. Gargoyle taking quite a bit from the Flux, now going to be using one of his own. The Transcendence just going to be popped right off the bat here from Rolf, despite not much damage coming through onto his teammates. But Suna lines up a very nice Dragon Strike, gets himself a quadra kill at the end. Almost
Echo
gets another one there on the back end.
Yeah, he chased down KSA like really far.
To be able to get it this time around here on the ult, so we'll just end up expiring. They buy a little bit of time, they secure a superior time bank, at least for themselves. But the cart starting to inch forward yet again as Car manages to find a kill onto Fate, getting rid of that Orisa. Gangnam Jin uses the Transcendence, pushes over to the cart. Just trying to keep everybody alive as best as possible, but Chris gets taken down and will be allowed to glide in. So barely move forward and try to get this point A tag. They're gonna have to wait and see. Beam coming out from Yaki, couldn't channel it long enough on Dalton, would have certainly been able to kill him. Now looking for a little bit more, will be able to get KSA down in the front lines. Jumps in straight on top of the Widowmaker. This time the beam, it lands. He finds the kill, he's in the back line, he's missing the shots. He's trying to get Car, but instead he gets Rolfed on.
Wrecking Ball coming back here for KSA to try to tag. It's going to be rough, though.
Yeah, Pile Driver through Immortality Field is still just sitting there. Will just expire naturally. No one able to kill it off. KSA stunned up, absolutely melted as that Amp Matrix does come through, and it seems like this should be the cleanup, and that will be the OT tick away, so not very far for the cart, but also not much time, comfortable enough to grapple up to any location. Needs to be aware of where Dalton's at.
All right, they're gonna have to contest here.
Rolling forward, Shredlock getting melted. Yaki manages to find Dalton, taking him down from above the sticky bombs. They pop, they get that kill, and now Yaki is just all up in everyone's face. Dropping in on top, getting quite a bit of damage through here. To just about everybody on the side of the Titans. They're just 1.6 meters away from finishing this one off, and with Suna falling, they will be able to do it. So again, I barely forward, almost have the pop there onto KSA's mech, but he will be able to get situated and get topped up just a little bit. Takes a little bit more damage, but finds that Mega Pack to get pushed back up to about half HP. Car in the meantime going to fall, so now they're entirely reliant on the Moira healing, and you can already see from before that Rolf did not have much juice left in the bank to try and keep people topped up, so this could be very challenging, and maybe even just point A going over to Mayhem. They haven't yet gotten anything on the point.
Yeah, I think this is
it's a matter of
going to be the cap as everybody tries to come back in and recontest. But that felt like a lobby strat, and then your opponent gets the first attack, they get the cap. Felt like that.
Well, Sick coming through, gets quite a bit of damage, and Yaki will be able to finish off Dalton. Now Car going to be falling as well as the EMP and the follow-up hacks caught many a person on the side of the Vancouver Titans. So going for that aggressive push to try and gain cart control at the initial choke does not work out for them. Still plenty of time to regroup.
His career, he didn't get brought to Korea with the rest of the Philly Fusion, the Academy team, you know, and didn't get pulled into T1. He went to Atlanta Academy. Now he's on this new roster. Suddenly, he's having some issues.
Yeah, just constant punishment coming through. Yaki looking for a stick, unable to find it. So does not take down either of the supports yet, but Rolf under fire will go ahead and get stomped out by Fate in the end. So this will just be the cleanup coming through as Florida Mayhem continues to advance very steadily forward towards B.
Yeah, this is just a
4.5
solid
minutes.
push.
Well, let's see how Karkar plays around this EMP. BQB has it ready to roll, but might just be able to hold on to it as Shredlock is the first one to fall, and KSA has already been forced out of his mech. Self-destruct goes off as he tries to get back in and will be able to do so. But the kills continue to come through, so Florida Mayhem will be able to plow on. Continue advancing with 3.5 minutes remaining in the time bank. They're around the final corner.
He's going to keep holding it, and he can use it for the point itself when they come for the contest. Rolf doesn't get the Coalescence.
Managed to find one, as Fate will be finished off before he can get the Primal Rage. But the card rolled up so very close. The hack comes through from BQB onto Shredlock. Coalescence there from Gangnam Jin. Gets rid of Suna. Then
Soundbarrier too early.
Set up. Yep, EMP now going to be coming through. Rolf, the only one who realistically has those shields. And he will get finished off. Just about, though. They'll need to make their way onto the point. Really deep dive coming through from KSA. Rest of the team trying to support, but KSA gonna have to go ahead and exit. He's getting hounded down, though, by Gargoyle, who just is not taking any damage in comparison. Shreds him out of that mech. Now Shredlock does fall. So no tanks to stand behind. And with the hack there on the Dalton, he is just mincemeat for BQB, who is about to have that EMP online.
Suna's translocator positions are pretty aggressive, I find, so quickly, and that's almost checkmate if he gets that up. Because Karkar's probably going to have to barrier this fight.
Well, another hack there onto Shredlock, no way to survive. Self-destruct coming out on the back end there from KSA, but it won't be allowed to re-mech as Fate goes wild with the Primal Rage. Yaki just going to be scooping up every single kill. Just about. The EMP, but only catches two, and the sound barrier comes out from Chris shortly thereafter. BQB using his own manages to catch multiple members on the side of the Vancouver Titans, and the cleanup is just following so cleanly thereafter. Pulse bump from Yaki, not going to be able to find any kills, but it doesn't really matter. The OT is just going to be able to tick down, and that is going to be the full hold coming through. Florida Mayhem, a little bit of a rough time of it on those first two maps, but